When you enter Makeup Effects Lab, or MEL as it's affectionately called, you literally enter a factory dedicated to fantasy creations, a place where a dozen grown-ups play make-believe all day long and get paid to do it. MEL created giant rats for the deadly eyes, weaponry and death effects for The Sword and the Sorcerer, eye-popping 3D mayhem for Friday the 13th Part 3, a one-armed robot killer and his band of cyclopean warriors for Metal Storm, and unique waterproof animal makeup to create a golden seal for, you guessed it, Samuel Golden's Golden Seal. MEL is actually 4 friends and partners. Allan Apone serves as production coordinator. Doug White is a designer and resident robotics expert. Frank Carriosa is their master lab technician and mold maker. And Richard McGuire is MEL's art director, production designer. MEL works closely with producers and directors early in production to supply a complete package of fantasy creations that encompass design, costumes, props, sets, models, and miniatures. The day we visited MEL, we stumbled on Tab Hunter and Paul eating Raoul Bartel shopping for MEL's very special brand of fantasy creations.
We're having them do a chest build-up for one of the actors in the film. Paul is going to be directing.
This particular special effect, which is a chest enhancement, let us say, is required for the film because the leading lady is going to be played by a man.
So how about afterwards, Allan Apone was kind enough to take a tour of MEL's strange handiwork, and I do mean strange.
We're the initial design for the sand beasts in Metal Storm. We lived in the sand and drew our stars under the sand. There were little hand puppets that were operated from underneath.
Oh, No, look at this.
And these were our rats from Deadly Eyes. These are what the dachshunds wore.
Oh, yeah.
See, there's a zipper here, which gets opened up, which is connected at the moment, and then they stick their legs out through here. They have a full range of movement. It's a non-restricting suit and allows them total mobility.
Well, now, you've got a dog in there wearing a rat's costume. What happens when the dog inside this costume sees the rat next to him, which is really another dog disguised, but he, of course, doesn't know that?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because we had an interesting thing happen. In the beginning, they started biting each other's tails. And when you pick one up to try to pull him loose, you ended up with a chain.
What have you got going here?
Well, this is Karen and Howard, and they're doing sculptures for a film project that's in development called Dark Side. And these are a couple of the characters that they're sculpting ideas for.
Quite frankly, are these people a little odd?
Pretty odd. They are very odd, actually. I think I've got probably the oddest group around, but the best.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the